Good afternoon and welcome to Windy Hill Kennel. It's a pretty day. We're out here with the last litter for the day, and this is Libby's. And Libby has 3 puppies. She's got, we've been calling them the Tuttle twins. We listen to Glenn Beck all the time. So Glenn Beck's always talking about the Tuttle twin books. So we've named them the Tuttle twins. These guys are doing really good. As of everybody else, they're 6 weeks and 5 days old. Today, on the 12th, and they're all going to hide back here behind this. I'm not sure what they're doing. Oh, I hear you. You think you're tough, don't you? So Vanessa did some weights for me, put collar colors down, and microchip numbers, which, I mean, everybody knows which puppy's theirs except for the Tuttle twins. They're hard to tell apart. So the Blue Merle male out here is 6 pounds, 13 ounces. And the other two, 9761 has the neon pink collar on. And she weighs 6 pounds, 15.5. And the one out here that has the neon green collar weighs 7 pounds on the button. So other than that, they're all really close in size. The male is a little bit smaller by a couple of ounces than the females, but eventually he'll pass them. Males usually get bigger than the females. So they're glad to get out here and run, that's for sure. I'll try and spot collar colors for you. The neon green is right here underneath me, right there. And the other one, of course, is on the other side. There's the other one. It's really hard to tell when they're running. You got to look for the colors on their chest. And other than that, they're tough to spot the collars because their hair is so long. Neon green is back there. I just spotted the collar. It's sitting on the back side. But I'll tell you what, they're as close to twinsies as you can get. It's tough to tell them apart. They've been doing really good. We're on the countdown to go in and be spayed and neutered. They go in next week on Thursday to be spayed and neutered, and then they're ready to rock and roll and start going home. Everybody's in the house with us. Nobody's with their moms anymore. So moms are now finished, and I think honestly they're really glad. I know Stella was really glad to see her kids go. So was Ridley, and Libby really could have cared less. Her milk dried up about the beginning of the 5th week. We left them with her till the end of the 6th week, or the beginning of the 6th week. And then we brought him in because she was to the point where she was starting to growl at him. So at that point, it's time for their safety to get them away from parents. Excuse me. I have had a mother actually kill a puppy once. It got too close to the food, and she grabbed it and slung it, and that was the end of the puppy. So when we notice they're getting like, I've had enough kids for one time, or I don't want them near my food, and even though we put 2 or 3 different food bowls in there, they still don't like them. They'll actually go from bowl to bowl to keep the pups from eating sometimes. Not all moms, but some do. And Stella was getting pretty fed up with her 9, that's for sure. That was a big litter. We're having a tug of war between the Tuttle twins. I love it when they all play tug of war. It's fun, especially when you've got a big group and we've got a rope out here and they all decide to play tug of war. This really, really burns the energy off. Energy is a huge, huge thing. So I talked a lot about that on Ridley's litter. So if you want to watch Ridley's litter, oh, they got the rope stuck underneath. But you will not have near as much trouble with these puppies if you burn off this energy. You've got to burn off the energy. We're going to leave these guys out here for probably an hour or so until they get tired and want to lay down, and then I'll take them off the cold ground and take them back in the house, but they need to run and play. This is their first time really outside, so they're going to eat a lot of leaves and sticks, and I think he's eating leaves back there in the back. He's back there chewing on, he's chewing on leaves. So they do munch a lot on your grass. They're going to eat grass, they're going to eat weeds, they're going to eat rabbit poop, they're going to eat a worm, they're going to eat things that you think are horrible. So long as it's not something that's going to hurt them, you can't keep them from doing it. All dogs graze. Even my big girls, when they go out in the play yard to play, they'll eat their own fair share of the grass. I laughed and told my husband we could feed them hay, I think, sometimes, the way they eat grass. So a couple things with you getting ready to go home. Please make sure that your crate size is not a little one. So many people in so many pet stores tell you that the smaller your crate, the less they're going to potty in the house. That's a lie. If you are in your house all day long and you hear the puppy whimper to get out of that crate and go potty, sure, you're going to be there and it's every beck and call to maybe take it outside and go potty, but that's not a normal life for most people. So I would get a crate that is at least 36 inches, no smaller. And if you've got room for a 42 or a 46, I'd go bigger. I would throw the divider away that's in that box when you buy your crate, because for most people, that thing just pins them in one end of that, and they think if they've given them a small area, they're not going to potty. And that's not true either. If you do that and they learn to live in their own feces and urine, you will always have a slob for a dog. They won't care where they potty. They won't care if they lay in it or walk in it. And it is really, it becomes a big problem. So make sure you get a crate big enough that if you're not home and they have to go to the bathroom, they're going to go to the back of that cage and go and do their business and then come back to the front to eat, sleep, and play. Oh, here we go. They are doing really good in the house with the, we litter pan train them. So they're in a 5x10 kennel in my house. And in the back of it, there's a 5-foot pan square that is waterproof. It's about has about a 3-inch lip on it all the way around the front, and then about a 6-inch lip on the back. And they will run back there and climb in that pan to go to the potty on the paper, and then come back up front to play. So they are very, very, very astute at doing that, and they'll treat your cage the same way. One thing to remember when you go home with these guys, they don't know you from Adam. You're taking them away from everything they've known since they were 6 weeks old and came in the house. So they've got to readjust themselves to your house. It takes them a couple weeks. Big thing up front is teach them their name, teach them to come to you when you call. But as far as big training things, no, I wouldn't even try. They need a couple weeks to adjust, and honestly, until they're about 6 weeks or 6 months old, they really won't do a training class with a puppy at that age. They do socialization classes, but let me warn you, if your puppy has not had all of its shots, all up to 16 weeks old, please do not go do a puppy socialization class. I cannot even imagine that people get away with doing it at that age, because if my puppy took a socialization class, and I even asked them about parvo and what happened, and they'd say, oh, if you've got one shot under your belt, you're safe. No, you're not. And if you catch parvo, your dog's dead usually in 3 to 7 days. If you can save it, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars at a med vet. So I would hold off on any puppy socialization until you get that last 16-week shot under your belt. And then you are much, 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 much safer from parvo. The other thing is, remember, please don't go have a puppy play date with your neighbor that got a puppy for Christmas. Because 10 to 1, their puppy isn't finished with their shots, and your puppy has not finished your shots. And you don't want to run a chance of, them giving you parvo. Don't take your dog for a walk around the block. If you want to take it with you, buy a front pack and put it in the front pack and take it with you until you get all your shots done, or carry it if you're going to go for a walk. But it is really dangerous to do that until you get your shots under your belt. So they're eating dry dog food just great. They're used to a bath every week, and their toenails trimmed. I will tell you an update on the Blue Merle puppy. He has one blue eye and one black eye. He is not a double blue, he's a half blue. And the other two have just plain, they're going to have, can't remember what color their noses are. I think they're going to have either green or hazel eyes. Oh, this one's stalking the other one. It come off that, and it sit there and was like stalking, and then it jumped. She says, you took my toy away from me. Oh, these two are into it all the time. They just wrestle. The male doesn't have a whole lot to do with him. Once in a while he'll join in, but He's not as rough and boisterous as they are sometimes, as he T-bones them. But they have a lot of fun together, that's for sure. And they have a lot of fun tearing up the house. Oh my gosh, their kennel, by the end of the day, the papers are shredded, the water's everywhere. So one of them loves the water, and I'm not sure which one. We haven't caught that puppy in it yet, but they'll dump a 3-quart bowl of water back in that waterproof pan, because that's where we leave their water bowl, because we know what they do. And it's just trashed by the end of the afternoon, and we have to change their paper because it's soaking wet. So they do like water. But other than that, they're going to the vet next week on Thursday. So then they'll start going home. If you have not booked in with me, please call me and get booked in for your puppy pickup. Some of you I know are doing transports. I'm not sure if anybody in this litter is or not, but I know Lisa's doing some transport for some people. The day you come, your dog will have had a fresh bath. Well, toenails will be done. We'll have the ears plucked, scoop the face. If you want to watch it done, you have to give me a call so we can mark your folder that you want to see it done. Otherwise, we may get busy and just automatically do it. So, other than that, I don't have a whole lot more to throw at you. This may be your last video. It just depends on how our time goes next week. It is a crazy, crazy busy week here for us. So, with that being said, I hope we get one more in, and it also depends on weather. And if you have any questions, please give me a call. If you're coming here to pick up, you please bring your questions with you. Don't call me with those for now. Bring them with you, and we'll go over whatever you want to talk about. And I did send everybody's videos out and your vitamin information sheet last week. So if you did not get that, let me know, and I will be more than glad to send that out to you again. So other than that, all being said, you guys have a great, great week. And like I said, if you have questions or you want to book in for a pickup, give me a call or shoot me a text. Have a good one. Talk to you later.